ሰላም ደልቢ አስብ እኔ ደግሞ ኢንትሮዲውስ አላረኩም በስነ ስርዓት so I might have to do the intro a little later. Hi guys, እንዴት ናችሁ? ዛሬ ከባድ የሆነ እንግዳ ይዤላችሁ መጥቻለሁ. I had the idea of like, you know, ብዙ ጊዜ ሳወራ እንትን ስል ምን መጽሐፍ ነው የምታነቢው ምራም ትሉኛላችሁ. አንዳንዱ maybe I would say more than 50% of it is conversations with my siblings. ከእህቴና ከወንድሜ ጋር ማወራቸው ከቅርብ ጓደኞቼ ጋር ማወራቸው ነገሮች ናቸው አይምሮዬን ቢልድ የሚያደርጉት እና ዛሬ ይዤላችሁ የመጣሁት ሲስተር እህቴ ነው. ሰላም በሏት. ሃይ በይ. ሃይ. የመጀመሪያው ጥያቄ ለድቢ is what's confidence for you?
Confidence is something that you build over time.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like sort of like a muscle. I don't think it's a feeling that you have suddenly. I don't even necessarily think it's about feeling good about yourself. I think it comes from being decisive and just making decisions over time on your own, learning from your mistakes, and it's something that grows over time.
So you would disagree if somebody said you're born with it? አብረሽ የምትወለጁ ነገር ነው ወይስ ከልምድ የሚመጣ ከኤንቫይሮንመንት ውስጥ የምታገኘው ነገር ነው?
አብረሽ የምትወለጁ ነው ብዬ አላስብም. I think your environment definitely plays a huge part, like your upbringing, you know, the type of friends that you have can definitely cultivate it. However, like I said, it's something that can accumulate and build over time. It's something that can like መቀነስም መጨመርም ይችላል, again depending on
experience.
How good you are at, you know, picking your surroundings and picking the people that you surround yourself with. But again, it's about like learning from the mistakes that you've made and seeing like how better you've done from the past.
Okay. So like thinking about you and አንድም ቀን like confidence ችግር አለባት ብዬ አስቤ አላውቅም. Like which is a great thing as a older sister. Like I'm not worried about like confidence የላትም or whatever, right? But if you're አሁን attribute የምናደርገው ነገር አለ, of course I think አስተዳደግ plays a role to it. You know, outspoken እንድንሆን ሀሳባችን እንድንናገር ነው encourage ተደርገን ያደግነው. ግን አንድ ሰው ያ ኤንቫይሮንመንት ውስጥ ካላደገ ወይም ያ ኤንቫይሮንመንት ከሌለው እንዴት ነው ዲቨሎፕ ሊያደርግ የሚችለው?
It's a tough one. Because I would say that's at least half of the work, አይደል?
Environment and አስተዳደግ.
I think it's about like እንዳልኩሽ, like it's about making small decisions on your own. I think it's good again to have like a support system to ask people, you know, for advice ምናምን. Again, I think a good chunk of it is also just relying on yourself and making the decision on your own
and without having the consequences.
Exactly. Without having to consult like 100 different people. Because like I think we've talked about this before. Sometimes, and people mean well, but people are going to tell you from their own experiences, and yes, there are things you can learn from that. But it can get to a point where you don't know the difference between like your own thoughts
and other people's voices.
Exactly. So like andande alamamaakaram ጥሩ ነው, and just doing it on your own and see how well you do or how well you don't do, and just going from there.
I agree.
And I think again to that, like your lack of confidence can also show when you have to like consult 1,000 different people on like a single small decision. So
I agree. I think I feel like maybe we take it for granted to an extent. Like አንድ ቀንም ቆሜ አስቤ አላውቅም. Do I do I have confidence on? It's something people say all the time. Like, oh my God, BT, confidence allesh. And I'm like, I just do it. Like, it's not really like there's no thought process of like, is this gonna show confidence or is it not? Nagar adellam. It's like I think about all the risks I've taken in life, and I would say a lot of people wouldn't take those risks, but it wasn't calculated at all. Mistake ደግሞ እንፈራለን. I think that's what it is, right? Like ስህተት መስራት እንፈራለን. But it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
And I think we've had this conversation before too, good. Even with my parents, the one thing I told them when ያሰብኩት ነገር በሙሉ ሳይሳካልኝ ጊዜ እንዴት ተማሪ ጎበዝ ተማሪ እንደምንሆን እንዴት አድርገን ሰክሲድ እንደምናረግ እንዴት አድርገን እንደምናሸንፍ ሁሉን ነገር አስተምራችሁኛል ግን እንዴት አድርገን መነሳት I think ካልቸራችን ሰክሰስፉል አለመሆን ኦፕሽን አይደለም right የሆነ ነገር ጀምረሽ አለማሳካት እና መውደቅና ራስሽን ደግሞ ከእንደገና ሪቢልድ ማድረግ ሁለተኛ ሶስት ሪብራንድ ማድረግ is almost impossible and I think confidence actually takes to የሚደረገው it's not about you taking the risk and doing it but getting up የሆነ failure ውስጥ ካለፍሽ በኋላ ማለት ነው
yeah it's definitely so fear of failure down and also this need to feel sure about everything before you make
the decision consequence-ን እና result-ን አውቀሽ
እየፈራሽ ማድረግ አለብሽ like ፍርሃቱ is not gonna go away
yeah
right like you just have to do it scared and that's the only way because I look back at like the things I used to participate in when I was younger in school like stage performance and stuff it's not because I wasn't scared I was scared but I still did it like እየፈራው ነው ያደረኩት
do it while scared
yeah
do it afraid
and then you get over time ፍርሃቱ እየቀነሰ ይሄዳል ግን ፍርሃቱ እስኪጠፋ ድረስ ከጠበቅሽ ላይ ምንም ነገር አለ እና ኮንፊደንት ብለን የምናያቸው ሰዎች ፍርሃት ስለሌላቸው ሳይሆን አርገውት ኦቨርካም ስላደረጉት ነው great point እሺ ሌላ ጥያቄ I guess we can talk about self love I know በጣም maybe beat down የተደረገ ቶፒክ ነው you don't want to talk about it we can if there's anything new
I think it's more so like ያድጋል ወይ is the same thing as the confidence is it something that grows
I think this is one of those things I feel like ከዚህ በፊት አውርተናል right አሁን ስለ there's oversaturated ነው ስለ self love content self love books there's a lot of things out there I don't think basic ማወቅ ከፈለግሽ it's already out there ግን we going back to our many conversations we think about ourselves too much like we think because ካሰብሽ ስለራስሽ ስለ እንከንሽ ምናምን ካሰብሽ ማይወጣ ነገር የለም ይወጣል and being that hyper focused on yourself that's going to make it very difficult to love yourself sometimes it's just don't think about yourself that much
በአጠቃላይ ጥሩንም መጥፎንም
I don't know how to
I guess it's counterintuitive. It is counterintuitive because you have to say, "Oh, auntie insignificant nesh," in a way for you to be hyperfixating on your issues.
You really need to spend your time doing things that have nothing to do with you.
Like what?
Okay, I'll just say I remember, middle school like Tony. There's that awkward phase where everyone is self-conscious and stuff.
Oh.
One of the best things I did then, and things like Daddy I did regularly, is to read books. Like when you're ሌላ ዓለም ላይ ነሽ like you're reading somebody የሌላ ሰው ሀሳብ የሌላ ሰው ፍልስፍና የሌላ ሰው ታሪክ ስለራስሽ እያሰብሽ አይደለም and it was great because I'm not thinking about myself that much and not because already ምን አይነት ዓለም ውስጥ ነን like በጣም individualistic የሆነ society ውስጥ ነው።
Yes.
Even in like collectivist culture የሚባሉ ሀገራቶች
Yeah.
they're becoming more individualistic and there's this push to focus on yourself so much and I do think sometimes it has the opposite effect. አንዳንዴ በቃ ራስሽን የምትወጂው አንዳንዴ it's by loving other people, right? Or by just doing something that አንቺን እንደ ሴንተር የማያደርግ አንቺን ኢምፖርታንት የማያደርግ ነገር
እንጂ like artificial የሆነ self-care like the masking of the physical attributes of somebody or like the cutesy stuff that are Instagram or you know TikTok friendly የሆኑ ነገሮች በማድረግ ሳይሆን you're saying like in fact let's do the opposite.
Yeah, I mean,
actually giving.
Those things are great.
Yeah.
I'm not like journaling.
I know you love them.
Yeah, like skincare, that's fun stuff. Can?
Yeah.
እዛ ጋር የሚያቆም ነገር አይደለም። ወይ ደግሞ ኦልሬዲ በጣም በዛ እሱ መሰለኝ I think ሰምተናል ያልሰማው ሰው የለም at this point.
Yeah.
But it can get to a point where you're thinking about yourself that much can be unhelpful. It's not even ስለራስሽ በጣም ጥሩ ነገር ወይ ስለራስሽ በጣም መጥፎ ነገር ማሰብ አይደለም። በቃ ስለራስሽ አታስቢ።
ስለራስሽ አታስቢ። Decenter yourself. But this time we've decentered everything. I think I mean it goes back to even like I feel like we're in a loop in a way because we come from a very collective የሆነ culture of like ስለራስሽ አታስቢ በአጠቃላይ right እንደውም ስለራስሽ ሳይሆን እየተቆረሽ እየተቦደሽ ምናምን ኑሪ ለሰው እየሰጠሽ ከዛ በኋላ we've gotten to a culture now where it's like so self-absorbed that like ሁሉም ሰው at the cost of my happiness ነው like ራስ ስለራሴ ማሰብ አለብኝ. And now we're going back to like maybe we should go back to
የሆነ ራስሽን ማለት አለ
balance አለው at the end of the day right and everything.
Yeah, and I think again it was helpful you know self-care ምናምን ነገር helpful ነው ግን እስካሁን ድረስ ሰው struggle የሚያደርግ ከሆነ then maybe we need to
ወደ ራሳችን ስለመውደድ ላይ it's also a very maybe society as a society culture ይመራል right self love whatever these topics are culturally motivated and at the same time I think also እኛ individually whatever ምን ላይ ነን አንዳንዶቻችን self love ሊሆን ይችላል የሚያስፈልገን አንዳንዶቻችን actually መስጠትና ከself love ወጥተን ራሳችንን ቴምፕሬቸር ቼክ ማድረግ አለብን of where we're at in our journey so we can figure out what's prescribed to us.
Also just be honest with yourself I guess. Be honest about the things that you need to improve, need to work on.
Well that's also love I think. Right, love is honest and brutal honesty sometimes necessary no of like oh am I actually seeing the changes I need to see. Am I being comfortable ወይ ነገር መቀየር አለብኝ ማደግ ፈልጋለሁ ግን ደግሞ ለማደግ የሚያስፈልጉኝ ነገሮች መውሰድ አልፈልግም በጣም self reflective መሆን ይጠይቃል self conscious እና self awareness ልዩነት አለው ምናምን ብለሽ ነበር ባለፈው ስትራቀቂ እሱን እስቲ ትንሽ አብራሪልን.
What I was saying was self awareness is not just በቃ ስለ እንዴት ነው ስለራስሽ የሚሰማሽን ስሜትና ስለራስሽ የምታደርጊው ነገር ብቻ hyper aware መሆን ብቻ ሳይሆን it's also seeing how your actions are affecting other people right and being honest about that እንጂ ስለሚሰማሽ እያንዳንዱ ችግር ምናምን እያንዳንዱ ስሜት ማወቅ ብቻ አይደለም
እሱ self conscious
that's just your self conscious but how does that affect the people around me and you know my generally my life my career my friendships how are you know these feelings that I have and it only last one affect ያደርጋለው ማለት ነው you know again goes back to like not ራስሽን ብቻ center ካለ ማድረግ. It's just being a little aware.
Think about yourself less.
Right.
Okay.
Think about yourself less.
ወደ እንደው ተቀጠቀጠኛለች እንደዚህ እውነቱን የተናገረች። ሌላው ደግሞ I think last time live ላይ ገብቼ we were talking and about a year ago I said something that you told me years ago. Okay? Live like I said well the person said እንደዚህ ብለሽ ተናገረሽኝ ከዛ ቀን በኋላ በቃ like I changed my perspective completely about you know taking control of my life አለችኝ ልጅቷ and I was like oh my god ምንድነው ያልኳት ብያለሁ because ብዙ ነገር ነው የምለው እና live ላይ ነው አስቢ ስንት ተዘብዝፌ and I said nobody's coming to save you. And I remember you said that not necessarily to me but you said that as a conversation. Like sit down nobody's coming to save you. Like nobody's coming to save us actually.
That's me.
and it wasn't you weren't being mean. I think you were just talking, you weren't even talking about me. ለኔ እኮ የነገርሽኝ አይደለም. You said that about yourself. I think that's you're sharing your mindset about like ማንም አያድነኝ. And I was like what you mean like ማንም አያድነኝ? To an extent we have such a supportive group of family, right? በጣም የሚረዱ ቤተሰቦች አሉ እና I feel like in fact we're very blessed. Like I think about that በጣም the more I grow up the more I'm like so grateful for that. Again at the same time I was like what does she mean? ማንም ሰው መጥቶ ሲያደርግሽ I'm pretty sure my mom and dad would save me but there's a line of like complete self-responsibility and like taking control of your life because especially the most spirituality zaga play ያደርጋል ትልቅ ሮል my experience right like የሆነ በተለይ ሃይማኖት ውስጥ ተጠምቀን ከገባን የሆነ የውጪ ፋክተር አለ እናትሽ ላትሆን ትችላለች አባትሽ ላይሆን ይችላል but it's somebody out there or some situation out there divine intervention whatever you want to call it መጥቶ ያድንሻል የሚል አስተሳሰብ አለና how did you and I mean I'm sorry guys she's young right like how do you like I'm talking 4 years ago maybe 5 years ago we had that conversation you were 19 or 20 when you said that I was like what do you know about being saved right but like how do you even think about that like indeed zaga derash
I don't remember how that conversation came about to be honest but regards to that I think you can have a lot of support. You can have obviously your family, your friends to help you, to support you emotionally, financially, whatever. Again, you have to want to save yourself in a way. You have to want it for yourself just as much as those people around you want it for you. And ራስሽን ለማሻሻል ካልፈለግሽ ሰው ስለፈለገልሽ ብቻ ደግሞ አይሆንም አይደል it's like you truly will never be happy I think የሆነ there's this sense of accomplishment that you feel from you know ይሄን አድርጋለሁ ብለሽ ስታደርጊ there's always going to be a sense of accomplishment and you know supporትን ብታገኚ እንዴት ነው ያ this I don't know this drive ከሌለሽ I think that's what keeps you going right I mean
is it the dog
the dog in you
the dog in you
like I think because if you don't have that it's going to be very difficult to be hopeful it's going to be difficult to have something to look forward to
to keep going
yeah
I mean hope አለ and also like there's a level of like ዛሬ ከነገ ይሻላል ነገ ከነገ ወዲያ ይሻላል
እንዲያደርጋለሁ እንዲያደርጊ ከዛ ምናምን ማለቱ like that's really what you like to keep like የሆነ ትልቅ እንትን እኮ አይደለም የሆነ ትልቅ I think መንፈሳዊነቱ በፍጹም like እንትን ምንድነው
ያጣጣልን
አይደለም I think that's important but sometimes that could be this expectation that some ትልቅ spiritual event happen አድርጎ ህይወቴ በሙሉ ይቀየራል it's like an excuse kind of sounds like a
መደበቂያ
yeah like a cop out of some sort I think God would want to help people that want to help themselves.
It really is true.
And there's no like አንድ ትልቅ ነገር happen አድርጎ that's going to make you happy forever. It's about you know the small decisions that you make.
Yeah. I think መልካም ዜና ነው. Like when somebody says like there's a lot of things ለዘመናት and then you're like no አንቺ ውሃውን መቅዳት ያለብሽ ዝናብ አይመጣም. I think የሚያስቆርጥ part አለው ተስፋ ይሰጥሻል because you're like okay no longer waiting for an outside event to take place and ራሴ I'm going to take control of my life I'm going to do what I need to do so I think ይሄ ዜና የሚያርፍላቸው ሰዎችም ናቸው ተቀባይነቱ እንግዲህ because some people might be like ምን ማለት ፈልጋ ነው you know like can be defensive because if they are expecting something from outside it's going to be
I mean again the wisdom is knowing the difference between the things you can control and cannot control there's a lot of things ካንቺ ቁጥጥር ውጪ ሆነው እሱ ብል ነገር ማድረግ አትችይም but መቆጣጠር የምትችይው ማሻሻል የምትችይው
which is I would say is a lot
it's a lot
it's a lot of things we can
a lot
control.
more than we like to admit
yes that's true
yeah
because I think last year ብዙ ነገር ከኔ ቁጥጥር ውጪ ነው ያልኳቸውን ነገሮች ኤግዛምን አድርጌ when I took like the correct steps towards improving them like the legal stuff like all that stuff like when I took the step መስመር ያዘ አብዛኛው ነገር and now it's like even the things that feel like are outside of our control at least making sure we do our due diligence to get ourselves further in the game.
Right.
Anything else you want to add about this? Due diligence. You like that? She. አንድ ኤኪል ክርስና እናጠቃለን ወይስ እንዴት እንጫወተው ተመሽቶሻል? እናጠቃለን ነው እንዴ? ጫዋ ናት ወይዘው ጫዋ እንደምታያቸው ጫዋ ናት ይሄ ሽበት ዝም ብሎ መስሏችኋል ይሄ ሽበት okay this is like a philosophy-ish ጥያቄ okay life philosophy አታም ቢሆን እኔ ማለት ነው do you think humans are fundamentally good skip
good one no
okay
not really I mean I think human beings are very complicated.
Okay.
There's good and bad in everyone. ሁላችንም እንጥራለን ጥሩ መጥፎም አለን human beings are very very complicated very complicated even the good ones are very complicated but
the measure of good is also complicated
exactly
right
well
good የሚለው ቃል ራሱ
ምንድነው good
ዲፕ ነው
yeah but that's it's definitely not that black and white
I like that do you want to add anything for our fellow viewers
follow my sister subscribe if you're on YouTube follow her on TikTok yeah
thank you so much Dilvi for joining us we had such an amazing time ደግሞ እንመጣለን if you guys like these kind of conversations let us know በጣም እንወዳችኋለን thank you so much
bye
bye